to get a little tipsy. Find me a bitty for licky. I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm rolling around like I missed it. Elliot, jewelry moving like juice. Knocking out gold, then it hit me. Look, I just leveled up, I thank God. Straight from the mud, now it's time to get the...
Welcome to the Single MILF YouTube channel and soon to be podcast. MILF as in Mom's in Love with Fitness. I have to say it every time because my moral compass, I don't want to be known as a MILF. That's not what I want to be known as, but I think it's funny. But anyways, my name is Meredith and this is my best friend, Steph.
And we're going to be talking about our North Carolina trip and the lessons we learned through that process.
Which was a lot.
It was a lot.
And then we are going to finish with a Q&A. I post...
You're wheezing now.
Yeah, we're gonna go wheezy. Because he also has asthma, so it's funny. Oh shit. Okay, so we're gonna finish the Q&A. Oh, all right. And I posted questions on my Instagram. So I really want you guys to start asking us questions, engage with us. What do you want to know? I'm always gonna post right before we record questions. Just, what's on your mind, what you got going on. What do you want to know from our perspective? If we can help you, whatever the case may be. So going into North Carolina. Okay, so first off, okay, I don't know if anyone, it's so do you know who Mike is?
I need y'all to sing with me, let's go.
You know what I mean?
I didn't know who Mike was until he actually said, I'm going to play my old song, which is Mike Stud. And I'm like, I had no idea. And
Yeah.
I loved his music back in the day. So I'm like.
Yeah. But I think it's funny because every time I'm like, yeah, we went to go see Mike. And people are like, what? Mike, your friend Mike? I don't understand. And
at a race car event.
Drag race.
In
the middle of a NASCAR stadium.
Yeah.
The track was around us, and we were in the middle of a field with lifted trucks.
In the country.
When I mean traffic to there, none until we got there, and then there were cars. I was like, yo, are we about to get murdered? Is this a joke? I literally was like, did we get fucking scammed on tickets? This is stupid.
Yeah.
But it was. So we ended up. The whole purpose of the concert was to go see Mike. I recently started listening to his music, and to be honest, it's not my favorite music, but I love his perspective and I love where he started and now. And when people become authentically themselves, or I see a transition, I wanted to see it. I wanted to support it. And to be honest, some of his music and some of his songs, they have really gotten me through my emotions. I want to say through hard times, but through emotions. If I'm having a hard time, having a good day, I put a Good Day on, just to dance to in the kitchen and just to and I would listen to it. So stuff like that to me, it's in a sentimental thing.
And he makes a point to put really good vibrations in a song.
Yeah.
And it's just, even if you're having a bad day, like you said, listening to that music, it's just it gives you an upbeat.
Yeah. So really cool. So we got tickets and then we got a hip camp that was an hour and a half away.
That was another experience.
But now that we got there and we saw that there was nothing around, there were no hip camps. There were no fucking hip camps anywhere.
No.
So that was the closest
I don't even
one.
think anybody knew what a hip camp was over there.
No.
Yeah.
And so it was the closest one. We got that. And it was great. It was an awesome hip camp. But I didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into. I had no clue. I just thought we're going to see Mike. That was it.
And ended up being a country festival.
Yeah, he was the only hip hop person, and everyone else was country.
Yeah.
And they're underground. They're just beginning. John Longston. He's been around. I listened to him in 2015, but not a lot of people know who he is because he's very underground.
And even Bailey Zimmerman, he's just starting to get popular.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought that concert was really cool though.
It was super cool.
And then leading up to it, we're gonna start there. Start leading up, leaving here. So foremost, we were gonna do mushrooms.
Yeah.
So we got mushrooms. I made a point to get it the night before, and as we're driving, I asked Meryl, did we grab the mushrooms? And at first she was like, fuck, we were gonna like turn around.
Yeah.
But something was literally because like
not even just that. We were crunching time.
Yeah.
We were crunching time. When I mean we got there just on time to see Mike, I was like, yo, I don't give a fuck about anything else. I just want to be able to see Mike.
It was 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like we got there and I was like, okay, thank God he's not on yet. Like I was freaking out because I'm like 4.5 hours, longer than that really, in the car.
Yeah.
And then an hour and a half from the hip camp to get there. Bro. So yeah. But yeah, forgot the mushrooms and then hold on, you keep going. Well, you asked me if I forgot the mushrooms.
Yeah. And so we were gonna turn around. And as we are actually off the interstate, like
because I was turning around. I was
like, she's like, you know what? No, that's a sign. And so we turned back around and we were continuing to go, but something was telling us that we
just don't do it.
Yeah, just don't do the mushrooms this weekend. And honestly, after that experience, we're completely glad
we'll dive into that.
We will dive into that next. Yeah. But yeah, as we were driving, the GPS said like we had 20 minutes.
Oh, there's so much to happen though. I know that I wrote it down. Was it this notebook? Maybe it might be this notebook.
What else happened?
I feel like there's
the phone call with
my new moon. Sorry.
This is it right here. Squirrel.
Yeah. Oh, it is in this one. Yes. Okay. Hold on. This is by the way. If you don't journal, you're lame. I don't care. Yeah. Oh, it is in here. Oh, look at that. Okay. Hold on. Where is because I know I wrote down the crazy
happened
stuff.
2 weeks ago.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
We have the boys game over, and we had the boys right after we got back. No breaks. Oh wait. God, I write a lot. Where is this? I know for a fact I wrote down everything that happened because I didn't want to forget.
I think the next thing was the phone call that happened in the car with work, right?
Oh shit.
With the school.
Oh yes. No, it was Caden. It was actually Caden.
Was Caden first?
I'm pretty sure it was Caden, and then it was and school. I don't know. It was one or the other. I don't remember. Hold on. I write a lot. I'm getting there. I'm gonna fast forward. Oh. Fast forward. Like that. Okay. So
you tell that part. You tell.
All right. So I get a phone call from the principal asking where all my paperwork is. Okay. So rewind even further back. Okay. I have applied. I've been waiting for a full-time substitute teaching position here in Norfolk. It's been very rarely do things not go smoothly for me. And I think it's because intuitively, I followed my intuition most of my life. You know what I mean? So I think there's a resistance and a blockage going on here that I just need to listen to. But I turned in all my paperwork. They said I had all my paperwork, but then I don't have all my paperwork again somehow. Okay. Government job. Gotta fucking love it. Okay. Idiot one-on-one. If you work for the government, I'm sorry. It's 99% the truth.
And this is why they need teachers.
100%. They need teachers.
Yeah.
But and they need teachers. And I'm sitting here waiting.
It's dire need.
Yes. The principals literally wrote them a nasty letter telling them that they suck at their job because I mean, all I need left is to fill out a deposit approval thing. I can't do that when I fucking start working. But anyways, so that happened and talked to the principal, let her know that I did have everything in, but that's that. And then I got a phone call with Caden. Oh, I got a text. I got a text being like, hey, Caden fell at the playground. He hit his head. He can't remember anything, blah, 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 blah. And of course, your mother, the instinct. I'm like, yo, we're 2 hours in. What?
At that point, we were 2 hours away.
Yeah. So I was like, yo, if something happens, I'm gonna pray to God. You know what I mean? Because I had no idea. And he's like, he's fine though. And I called just to make sure everything was fine, and it was fine. Nothing happened, by the way. We'll talk about that another day. We'll save that for the next episode.
Yeah, we will.
But then that happened, and then no kidding. So we're 4.5 hours, probably longer because we got the dogs. We're stopping a piece. It's probably 5.5 thing.
We're stopping at a gas station.
Yes.
And it says 20 minutes away from the destination, which was
the hip camp. And I'm like, all right, cool, we're making good time. We'll have time to get ready. We'll USA, we'll eat.
Because I didn't get ready. Like, I did my hair. Luckily, she prepared. She had her makeup done and her hair done in the car. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that.
Yes. No. So, no. But yeah. Then, okay, so it said 20 minutes, okay? So my intuition was like, bitch, you need to reset your GPS. And I'm like, okay. Guess what? I reset my GPS. We are an hour and a half away from the hip camp. It went from 20 minutes to an hour and a half. And I tell Steph, and we're both like fucking boiling. Like, we're both livid.
I was heated.
Like, and I'm like, I'm laughing. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Everything's going to go smoothly. I'm not going to let it piss me off. I'm like literally trying to be as aware as I can of my emotions. And I'm like, it's okay to be angry. Let it flow. It's okay to, I'm like,
really
breathing.
like
I'm
having
like,
separate peps in the car.
I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, and I'm like to her, I'm like, dude, I'm so, like, I felt bad because at the end of the day, like,
I mean, it wasn't your fault.
But I mean, I just felt bad because, like, I can't even explain to you what fucking happened because it was the same address that I put in.
She has like the iPhone 6.
Yeah.
So. That's what happened.
Yeah, she got fucking jokes. You buy me a new phone. That's good too. Hold on.
Your child.
We're back. So we get there, okay? It gets even better.
I promise you before she says what she's gonna say next, we do love our dogs. Is that what you're gonna say next about the dogs?
With the dogs? What they do?
Just dropped them off and left.
Oh yeah, no. But
what happened?
There was me in the cabin.
Oh, yeah.
There was no lights. So we get there, it's fucking dark out. It's pitch dark. And they're like, yeah, just use the lantern. They're the glow in the dark fucking like super dim like flame things that go outside and they collect the solar that you decorate your yard with. They weren't bright. I was like, this is a joke.
And it's dark at this point, and I'm like, there's no way.
And like, she's pissed off.
We get, as we're, I was there, we're driving slow. All you hear is gunshots.
Oh my God,
they were hunting.
Oh, and Baby Groot had satellite ears. Yes, I'm talking about you. And he hates loud sounds. Like, it doesn't matter what the loud sound is, but especially gunshots. This dog will convulse and have a seizure filled with anxiety. Like, he is deathly afraid of, I love you.
Everything.
Yes. Any loud sound, he's petrified. So Scoot is like losing his mind and he's shaking. He's freaking out. And we're like, yo, we gotta go. Like, we're gonna miss the show.
And Zeus has like attachment issues, so he hates being left alone.
Oh, and this is only his second hiking trip.
Yeah, this is his second like trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
he's still a puppy.
The kennel, we set it up, we threw Zeus in it. Scoot's fine without a kennel. So we leave and we're both like, fuck.
The whole drive, which is an hour,
hour and a half.
We're like, man, we feel really bad.
Yes.
Because we left, like, it was like chaotic.
Yes.
Like,
and I was worried about him because like he's freaking out because of the gunshots, and I know how he is. Usually, I like baby. I'm like console him. When
and
he's
the door,
scared.
the only way it could literally shut is if you chain it.
No, it wasn't a chain. It was the wood thing.
Oh, the wood latch.
It was like, and it was like shit. So I'm like, yo, if Scoot like scratches at this and pushes at this enough, like it's gonna open. Like it's gonna open. So I'm like, I pray to God that he's still in there, because I feel like he would come looking for me and he probably would get lost. So I'm so happy that didn't happen. So then we get to the concert. Okay.
We get lost.
Oh, the tickets too.
Okay, the tickets, yeah.
So I saved my tickets in the Apple Wallet, right? We're driving and I wanted to go look and see if they were there. They weren't fucking there. And I'm like, yo, you have got to be kidding me. I'm looking through the emails. I can't find the emails. I'm like, I don't care. I will buy the tickets again if I have to. I was like, whatever. I was pissed.
I'm like customer service to call me.
Yes, they like figure out, like, can we get a copy? I like screenshot my bank account. I'm like, it came out. Like, I know it. I paid for it. And so there was that. So the show, okay, there. And we are like, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because the first part we rolled up at, like, nobody was there.
Oh,
it was just nothing but like cars racing.
It was a drag racing thing. Yeah. Like, it was just where they drag.
And there was nobody out there. We didn't hear any music, and I'm like, yo, like,
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, we got fucking scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we pulled up and we asked this like old guy, or was it a girl?
It was a guy.
It was a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we pulled the guy. And first of all, he was looking at us like clearly we did not belong there, like at all.
Yeah.
And we were like looking for the concert. Luckily, it was like right across the street.
Yeah. It was at the speed track
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. I'm not a NASCAR. I don't fucking know what you call it. Get her done. I don't even know. That's just like what I think of. Anyways, don't take offense to that. So we get there and we walk, like it was pretty cool, like coming up, like the tunnel was really cool. I know you guys can see. I mean, I'll post a video of that. And there's like huge lifted mud trucks like everywhere. And I'm like, yo, this is some country ass.
It really was
shit.
though.
Like rich people, fucking country motherfuckers.
Yeah,
it was
country people.
Definitely. Sure. And I don't even know if you really want to call them country. It's like they're like that fake country. Like,
yeah.
You know?
We were definitely the only tatted ones there.
We were the only we were the only ones tattoos.
Women, yeah.
Yes. Everyone else was super Southern Belle.
We definitely stood out.
Yeah. We didn't fit in. Not even a little bit.
No.
Which I thought was great. I thought it was really fucking cool.
Yeah.
And so we walked in and then we get to the pit and we're like, I mean, it was cool. It was a small setup. But like the crowd,
the crowd was young. We definitely felt old.
We're considered cougars, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like if we could describe how we were the cougars of the crowd. Like absolutely.
Yeah, we
like,
were.
The cougars where like you do not fucking belong here at all. Crowd. Like it was.
Everybody's
nuts.
like really, really drunk.
Oh,
we were the only ones.
Only sober ones.
Well, yeah.
Well. We didn't drink alcohol.
No.
We definitely lit the blunt like right in the middle of everybody. People were like, I had one dude who's like, I'm like, it's fucking weed, bro. Like it was fucking funny. You know that they probably think it's a devil's lettuce there, but
yeah, no,
dude,
we definitely were getting looks.
We didn't fucking care. So
there were multiple. So we got there, and I think the coolest part about even just the trip there was we knew.
Yeah,
we knew we're like, this is a lesson. This is a lesson, which was cool because. Before, I know for me, like my anger would have took over. It would have ruined the rest of the night. I would have just been like, fuck this.
My worry, my anxiety.
Yeah,
like,
I would have let it ruin the day. But we felt it and we let it go.
Yeah.
Like that for me was the first time. Yeah, definitely was the first time for me that I just felt it and let it go.
Yeah.
Like and then, all right, what's next?
And like, not even like what's next. It's like, all right, I'm listening. Like you got my attention type thing because like, I knew, like, we were 100% supposed to be there. And I really think it was just a weekend of testing. Like, I haven't been tested like that in a minute. And it was probably the first time for me where I was aware and I was being tested. Like, I was completely aware of me and my life. And I was present in every single moment. And it was awesome because, like, it really, the coolest thing is like, we were able to, like, talk ourselves through it, which I think is awesome about a relationship because it kind of helps you not feel crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like there were moments where I was like, yo, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. Yeah. Like this is nuts. Like,
but it was cool because in those moments, like when I was getting heated, she kind of like calmed me down and vice versa. Yeah. And like and we were talking in the car, like any other person I know, it was just like,
I would have got a fight.
Yeah. It would have just fueled. Here's the gasoline, your fire. And it would have been over. Which was, I mean, it's cool because we are kind of on the same growth pattern right now.
And then
this is the kicker of the whole night.
This is my favorite part. It really was my favorite part.
It was,
So I told Steph, I go, we're gonna get to at the show. Like, be up on the fence. Like I don't even care. So we like slowly start moving, right? And there's a group of girls and there's space opening up. Like there's plenty of space to stand there, okay? If you have any common courtesy and you're a decent human being, you would have just let us stand there. You know what I'm saying? But because there's alcohol in the situation and because we do not fit in and I started off with my flannel on. Okay. I do this on purpose and I do it very aware, but I use it to my advantage. I ain't even gonna lie. And if you don't like it, then fucking work harder in the gym. So, and this is the thing, your presence and how you look and how you carry yourself, it fucking makes people move, literally. So I was like, I'm getting up front. And I told Steph, I go, watch this, I'm gonna flex on him. So I literally said I'm gonna flex on him. I took off my flannel, okay, and I have a thicker strap, like on with some jeans. And I tied around my waist. I'm just standing there chilling.
That was the funniest part to actually witness, though. Like, because I'm talking like every female who was just like
already testing
the fuck out. Like, even the dudes, like we were right there. The dudes were even like fucking they were testing.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
And as soon as she took her flannel off, they just were like,
yep,
nope,
yep, yeah. And I was like, I'm today for me, motherfuckers. Yeah. I'm getting up front. I don't even care. Y'all drunk. You won't even remember anyways. Fuck you. So like I take it off, and there's a group of girls like, and I think they were trying to move up too with those two girls that were standing at the fence.
Yeah.
And one, like, okay, like I get it. Like it wasn't that crowded for one, but if you're purposely going to bump into someone, have the motherfucking balls to say excuse me. But you know what I mean? And like,
but even like I was in a concert and I bumped somebody, I did have the courtesy to be like, hey,
I always apologized.
I don't care how drunk you are, you feel when you bump somebody, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Hey, I didn't mean to.
I'm gonna dance with you. You know what I mean? Like, I swear to God, like when I was drunk, like I just wanted everyone to have fucking fun. I wasn't down to have a fight or anything like that. Like it was fucking like, so this experience this happens to me quite often though. It's a big reason I don't go out anymore. Genuinely, is because I feel like every time I do go out, someone wants to fight me. Even dudes, it's weird. So we end up. Oh yeah, so the girl, she bumps into me, and I go, and I tap her on the shoulder. I go, hey, you keep bumping into me. And this is the thing, I haven't moved. So they're like, they're trying to push us out. I'm not moving. I'm not going to move unless you physically make me move. I paid the same amount of money for the same fucking spot as you did.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think so. So she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And then her friend's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She didn't mean to touch you. We're going to move. I was like, okay, cool. Just move. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to have a conversation with you. I want you to get the fuck in my face. So they end up leaving. And then a bigger spot opens up. And there's a spot like right there at the fence. And I look at Steph. She looks at me. She goes, go get it. So I went, got it. And there's like probably Steph and I could have both fit there comfortably if I didn't have a bitch behind me and a bitch in front of me. So these two girls are like this. And I'm like, yo. And this girl has a cowgirl hat on. And
it's huge. Like, that's all you see.
And it keeps hitting me in the face.
But she knows.
Yeah,
like,
she knows. She knows. So I touch her shoulder. I go, hey. I go, you can't hit the face with your hat. She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And she like locked eyes with me. I was like, fuck, it's with this type of bitch. I'm like, here we go. I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, you keep hitting me in the face. And she keeps going, I'm sorry. And I go, no, you're not. I was like, can you just like, you know, like, can you stop? And she like that, like me and her are like locked and loaded. And I'm ready for her to swing. Like I knew she's one of those girls. She's crazy. Like you could just see it all over her.
Yeah, you saw it.
And she was shit-faced. So I was like, fuck me. Here we go. All right. So I don't remember what I said next. Oh, I go, dude, I can like see Mike. I go, I want to have a good fucking time. Like, I just want to stand here. Like, there's room. Like, you have room. I have room. Like, what the fuck? And so her guy friend comes over, and mind you, so I'm here, Steph's here, she's here, and this dude comes over and gets her attention, and then
like she turns around and she goes, I'm about to swing on this bitch, and he was like, go ahead, I'll follow up. And I'm like, you're really not, like you're really into that right now, like, and I'm fucking loud. I don't even know if you can hear me, but like at that point, like just watching that, I was like, I know this is about to go down. Like, here we are. Like at the end of the day, it was just her and the girl, so I was just gonna let that happen. But as soon as he came, I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
And then
like,
she turns around so quick. She goes, I'm not gonna hit you. I'm not gonna swing. I'm not trying to fight.
She didn't know I was with her. That was the issue. She was.
That's the thing too, though. Is like, first off, like, please make my motherfucking day. Do you want to know how bad?
Ready. Yeah, I knew. She has like a couple of laughs, and like I normally can tell like where we're at in the laughing mode, and she just like she smirked, and I knew, and I was like, fuck, here we go. I'm like, I didn't have like nothing to put my phone in, so at this point I'm putting my phone in my bra strap.
Not even that. I'm fucking sober, bitch. I'm gonna embarrass the fuck out of you.
I was like, all right, here we go.
Like it was. So and then she goes, I forget what she just kept trying to. I go, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, I came here to have a good time. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, stop talking to me. Like, I don't care.
We met somebody new.
We danced. So, but yeah, that happened, and then.
But that even was a cool experience. It really was. It doesn't sound like it right now, but I mean, it was because our past selves would have. I know for me, like I would have just hit. Like I don't even care if that was her shit, and I would have just fought her. And that, like, even in a sense, it didn't ruin our night. Like, it, once it happened, it was over. Like,
oh, I didn't give a shit after.
Like, after it happened, we in the rest of the night, and we had fun. Like, we really did.
We had a blast. We danced our asses off. We smoked a blunt. Like, it was a really good time. And
even with the alcohol, like, so.
Oh yeah, they were giving out free alcohol.
Constantly gave free alcohol out. Like, he just, because that's what he did, just chug. And that was like the first concert, the first one that turned down free alcohol. That's the first concert where, like, I had an opportunity to get fucked up that I didn't drink. Yeah. And to be honest, like, I didn't, especially like looking around. After being around that all of crowd, I was like, no. I was looking, I'm like, yo, y'all look fucking fucked up. Like, like some girls, like, you're gone. Like, you're gone. And even the guys couldn't stand. No. They couldn't. Like, they weren't even. They were like communicate with each other, but they weren't making any, like. It's so unattractive. It really is super unattractive. Like, there's no way I could ever be with someone that drank alcohol. Like, I don't give a shit. The only way I would be cool with it is if, like, you were just, like, super successful and it was a super expensive whiskey that you drank, like, once in a while. But, like, being with someone who drinks to get drunk, there's no way. Like, I could not, even friends, I cannot. I don't. I mean, that was honestly, like, in that aspect, that was a very good experience, though, because it's not that I question alcohol, but it's at the same time, like, I don't want to be around it. Like, I really don't anymore. Question, like, if people who drink it, like, that's their journey. That's not mine, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I don't have to be around it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, yeah. I would be fine being around it, but, like, in that, like, I don't want to be around it. Well, that's the thing is, I think that's why we didn't get annoyed either, because at the end of the day, I was like, because I know old me would be like, around all these drunk people. Yeah. But I was like, damn, I feel bad for you. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it changed. It kind of did change our perspective, because I don't want to be around. Like, I know what I want and what I don't want. After experiencing that, I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. Like, I am. Especially, no, that's definitely true. Yeah, crazy. That's the last thing that happened, right? Yeah. At least that day. That day was exhausted. We were so tired. And then that's another thing, that being around all of that energy, like, I didn't realize until, like, we actually got in the car and it was quiet. Like, I was drained, like, mentally, physically, like, everything. Like, I was completely drained. Yeah. I don't think I was as I used to be. I was for sure. That's like a press thing. Because I used to. That's why I don't like big crowds. Like, big crowds, like, man, I'll have a fucking anxiety attack. Like, I straight up, like, I don't like crowds. But I think creating that self-awareness and just allowing your emotions to flow. And then sometimes too, like, I would feel really insecure, like, or I would feel like a weird negative emotion when I was there. And I was noticing that it wasn't me that was feeling it. It was everyone else that was feeling it around me. And that's something that, I don't know, like, I thought that was a really interesting experience. Yeah. But just having that awareness and realizing it wasn't me kind of just, like, let it go. Yeah. Because you realize, like, 99% of that anger that you had during that moment wasn't you. It had nothing to do with me. It was Hannah. Yeah. That's why I was so calm, though, too, because I was like, I'm like, yo, she's over with it, right? And, like, I'm just going to block it. And, like I already knew, because it's so predictable. Like, and the thing is she's going to come from the top because she don't know how to punch. Like, yeah. And, like, I just knew that that's how it was going to be. And that's because majority of people are predictable. Like, they do the same thing every single time. And to be honest, like, why I wasn't mean to her. Like, I wasn't mean at all in the situation. I literally told her, like, bro, I just want to be left alone. Like, I don't care. Like, just be a decent human being. You know what I mean? But, like, when we're talking to someone that drunk, like, I mean, no one was home. Yeah. Like, but even with that, because, like, Mike gave a lot of, like, cool ass messages. Like, through each song, he'd stop and give, like, another message. Like, one was about nature, one was about, like, just in general, and like chasing your dreams. And not. And when you were that intoxicated, you are not awake. You're not, because everybody, like, there was one girl in front of us that kept telling him to shut up. And it was like, dude, that was like another experience, like, to witness how many people who aren't awake when they are, like, that intoxicated. No, you're not awake, period. If you have, like, if you're drinking alcohol, I don't care. Like, I know some people are probably good at managing it, but at the end of the day, like, I still think you're battling something if you're drinking alcohol. I truly think there's something that is being masked.
when it comes to alcohol. And I say that because like I grew up with an alcoholic father, like, and it was just sheer masking of an emotion that he can't let go. And that's why I drink. I think it's why most people drink. It's not to have fun. It's glorified in our culture, but what is really fun about drinking? Like I can't name anything fun about drinking anymore.
No.
Because
I'm having we literally had a blast.
I'm having so much more fun being sober and being present in my life and feeling my feelings and like actually living my life that like it's completely, it's the biggest drop ever. It really is. The more and more I see it, the more if I'm around it, I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it. But what else happened that night? Did anything happen that night?
No, we ended up just going night.
And there was no heat and it was fucking cold.
Yeah, there was no heat. And because it was a new environment for the dogs, they didn't sleep. Oh, and it was
a scoot shook it.
It was like a little tree house kind of
thing. There was like a loft.
Yeah, so like we had to like climb
Yeah, up there. We had to pick the dogs up.
And then we had to make a fort so the dogs wouldn't jump down.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they would have jumped.
And the windows never shut. So like you could literally push them and they would open. So Zeus decides to keep opening the window and sticking his whole body out.
Yeah.
So
that's your dog.
Yeah. And then like I was picked the spot I was in the bed. So I got up and literally almost knocked the shit out of myself.
Too slow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Too bad, so sad.
But the next morning we woke up, it was beautiful. Like we woke up to some pretty sunsets.
Well, that was
sunrises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sleepy?
I'm sleepy.
Oh man. The next day, we found a really good breakfast spot. It had great breakfast.
And we kind of knew that was the right spot because
it said
the message, like, what was
it? Was it's a day to have a good day.
It's a good day to have a good day.
And that's Mike's song.
And we sat right next to it. Like,
yeah. And we knew
it was great food.
It was great. Waffle, like a biscuit waffle sandwich.
Yeah.
And it was
I had stuffed French toast.
Yeah, they were both good. I finished hers.
Yeah, she did. She always finishes my food.
Garbage disposal. I ate everything. Big and strong.
That's how you get big and strong.
Fuck. All right. So then we go there.
On a hike.
Oh, yeah.
This hike was very interesting. Like, everywhere we went in this hike, it led back to like the beginning. Like we kept going in circles.
It was a circle. Yeah.
Everything was a circle.
Yeah. Like literally everything was a circle. Like I was getting pissed off. I was like, yo. I go, are we circling back? She goes, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
It was a beautiful trail though.
Oh, it was super pretty. The leaves. Oh
the color was vibrant. It was like the sky was blue. Like every color was bright.
Yep. I've honestly never. This fall is by far the most beautiful fall I have ever experienced in a really long time. Honestly, like it's so gorgeous.
But I think I won't say like present back in the day, but like now, like it's just different. Like for me, this fall has been different because this is like the first time like I have been at peace. Like, I've been happy. Like so, I don't know if I'm noticing it more. I don't know. I really don't know what.
I don't know. The past couple of years, I would say, like at least since since I moved back to Virginia Beach in 2019, like I've been outside almost every day. Like I'm walking. Like that's one of my big things is when I do walk, it's always to like not be on my phone most of the time or like really be present. And one of my things is I love looking at trees. Like I love looking at big older trees. I just think they're cool. Like the fact that they've been there for hundreds of years and they're still there, like I think is an amazing thing. I don't know. This year is, and usually fall colors are like one of my favorite things. Like I hate fall. I don't want to say hate fall. I don't hate fall. I don't like the cold. And fall obviously leads to cold. Like I have this bittersweet relationship with it.
I love fall. Fall's literally like one of my favorite seasons.
I'm definitely starting to appreciate it more now that I'm older and present and not letting myself get into a depression. So
I appreciate the seasons because like when I grew up in Florida and like Christmas, it was warm. Like every season. You didn't know if it was spring, if it was fall until we moved to Virginia
until summer, and then you're like it's hot as balls.
Yeah, but like you didn't see like the leaves in Florida. You didn't really see any of that.
I grew up in New York, so I got all 4 seasons. Like upstate New York, good God, like 10 feet of snow. But yeah. So then, what else did we have? So it led to
we came back. We
chilled, journaled.
We journaled. Did a reading, and then just chilled.
We
We
really
listened
just
to
chilled.
music and then we got ready. We actually tried to get there early.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
Yeah. But it was just one of those things too. It wasn't that big of a deal because we didn't really like care too much about who we saw.
Yeah.
And with the crowd that we experienced, we weren't like, well, we're definitely not going to be there all night.
But it was literally a different crowd on Saturday.
It was all fucking couples.
It was couples and it was
all
family. Couples. And it was definitely a different vibe for sure. And you know, me and her being single, we're like, yo,
we're not couples.
We're not, no. And like, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And like the music was slow, and I really do not like slow country music. I'm like, I really don't.
She doesn't like to feel her feelings.
It's not. I don't like slow music at all.
She
like
I really don't.
Feelings. Like I like upbeat music. That's not it. Will not admit that.
It was okay. I just wanted long stong stang.
Doesn't even know his last name.
I don't know how to say it.
But she likes him.
I've been listening to him since 2015. It's not like he's my homie. I don't fucking care about his last name. I know what he looks like. That's most artists. I never know their name. I just know like what they look like and their song that they sing. I don't really care.
But Saturday was still a cool experience. We laughed our ass off. Like, we laughed so much.
We laughed so hard my C-section scar hurt.
It was to the point we were getting stared at. Like if we were like drunk, we could not stop laughing.
The fried peanut jelly sandwich. Then
that was the best experience.
Honey bun. Bro.
Fried Oreos and a funnel cake.
Bro.
It was so good.
Yeah. It was.
And like, so like I went there to see Zimmerman, and after to the point we were like, he was coming on last. We were like, we're ready to go. Like we were tired. We were kind of over it at that point.
Yeah.
So we leave and we end up like smoking some more.
Smoked a lot.
We did. I could not stop laughing. Like I couldn't even tell you why I was laughing.
I don't even know why we were laughing.
We were hungry. We decided to go to Wendy's.
Oh, yeah.
We decided to go to Wendy's. And like meanwhile, you know, we do not eat like this at all.
No. Very, 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 very
And
rarely.
we were laughing so hard we ordered our food.
I think the lady hooked us up too. She was more than 10 chicken nuggets each.
We each got the same meal. We got chicken nuggets, fries, and a Frosty.
Yo, dip your chicken nuggets in a dude. This is the best thing in the world. If I could not get fat off of that, I'd eat that every single day.
Yeah.
I swear to God I would. That is just so fucking fire. It's delicious.
It was so good.
And we pulled
up to the cabin and we literally sat and ate in the car because we
didn't want to deal with the dogs. we were like, fuck this.
Yo.
We're tired. We're the parents that just don't want to deal with the kids. We're going to eat real quick. It was great.
It was, it overall was such a blast. It was probably one of the funnest. Even though we had a lot of lessons, it was still cool.
But I think that's what made it fun though. It's like we passed every test.
Because at one point in your journey, you questioning if you're doing enough work.
Yeah.
If you are where you're supposed to be. And that moment, like I needed that weekend. I was like that week prior to that was extremely hard. And I was questioning if I was doing enough work.
Well, this is kind of cool because we can kind of lead into with question because the first question is how to break negative thought patterns.
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's why it was so enjoyable is because instead of looking at the moments of like inconvenience or, oh, it didn't go the way I wanted it to go. Like we looked at it and we were like, you want to know what? It just is what it is. It was meant to be. Like this is how it's supposed to go. Like the whole mushroom
and to
thing.
Be like mindful of your feelings too.
Yeah.
Like to feel it. Like really feel it. If you're angry, it's okay to be angry. If you're sad, it's okay to cry. And that's literally what I have to keep telling myself because I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like but I do like
But even understanding that it's not happening to you, it's literally happening for you.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think that was the biggest. Yeah. That is the biggest thing right there.
Yeah, and like things are gonna happen, and I think people have unrealistic expectations. And I say this and not like it's impossible or you can't achieve something. I'm saying it as in you are not in control. Like you're in control of your emotions and how you react and the actions you take to get somewhere and the ways you divert or handle a situation. But like other than that, like there's no fucking way I could have controlled anything.
Yeah.
You know, and I also think too
everything did happen for a reason.
Absolutely.
Because if you were on mushrooms, it would have been a different night.
Oh, I would have fought the bitch.
It would have been a different night.
And I would have embarrassed. I would have beat the shit out of her. Yeah. I absolutely would have. Like 100%.
And I honestly think if we did get there any earlier, more situations would have occurred. I honestly do think the reason why we got there on time was because that crowd was very.
It was just young.
It was young. Yeah.
They were testy, and I'm an adult. I don't want to fucking deal with your emotionally immature fucking ass. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Like, I don't want to deal with the emotional just lack of self-awareness. And don't get me, like, I see you and I wish you well and I hope you win, but like I'm not the one. Like, you know? And I think too, I even kind of felt, I told you this, like I felt like I didn't really want to do the mushrooms. Like I didn't, like I did something like, you don't need them, like not for this, like, you know, and it would have been a different experience, you know? And I don't think being as present as we were was definitely more worth it than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to the negative thoughts, it's a practice. Like you have to do a lot of shadow work. You have to, I mean, go to therapy if you have to and talk about the shit that you need to work on, like it, or hire a fucking good coach that can coach you through the process of, you know, looking at your ego and looking at self and really.
It's a lot of work. It doesn't stop. And I still catch myself having like negative thoughts, but it's just being, it definitely is.
Negative thoughts don't go away. Like, and that's the thing is people need to like learn to use negative thoughts as a tool to help them succeed. Like, it's not a bad thing to have a negative thought, you know, like for me, like to have fear, right? Having fear is telling me that I'm in the right direction, you know, and it's not like a bear's chasing me. It's like, no, I'm scared shitless and my imposter syndrome's coming in, my ego's coming in and telling me I'm not capable. I know that's exactly where I'm supposed to go. And I think learning to listen to that more and looking at negative things, because nothing is good or bad. It's all perception. Like, I mean, a completely different culture thinks they drink wine every night, right? Yeah. Like, and then in America, everyone goes out into 12-pack every night. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a big difference. But in cultures, some people don't look at it as a bad thing. They look at it as normal, and then vice versa, right? So it's
and channeling your mind like back to like grateful. Like
gratitude
is literally what's been getting
no, but gratitude is a secret. I don't care. Everyone wants to be grateful. Literally be grateful for every struggle that you ever had. Like, it is a fucking blessing to struggle. It is. It doesn't suck. It's just inconvenient because we want the instant gratification behind everything. And our culture, especially in America, has just created like such a negative mindset around not getting things the way you wanted to get them. You know what I mean? Like, bro, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? And you can get them, but you're going to have to work for it. You're literally going to have to be consistent with the amount of effort, time that you put into a situation where you want to achieve something. And believe me, this is something I'm still learning. And I think even doing it on self is, I think that is the key to everything. And then to figure out truly who and what you want to become. I know for at least me, that's been a big thing. And the thing is too, like Steph said, like negative, it's not bad. And I think stop labeling something bad or even good, you know, that's kind of when your mindset, it starts to shift a little bit, you know?
It does, yeah. What's the next question?
It is, how many hours do I work out?
Every day.
24/7.
Doesn't stop.
Honestly, in all seriousness, I train for 45 minutes every day to an hour. I don't go past an hour because once you do, you might as well have a meal there just so you can eat and fuel your muscles, because your glucose level drops and it basically defeats the whole fucking purpose of training, because you want to break your muscle down but build it up. And you want to stay anabolic and not go catabolic, because if you go catabolic, which usually happens after about 45 minutes to an hour, instead of building muscle, your body starts to eat away at the muscle for energy, and you want to burn fat. So there's that. Work out for 45 minutes to an hour, but you can do anything from 20 to 30 minutes, very intense, or you can break it up into increments and do 10-minute workouts throughout your day randomly, and you will see great results. So, yeah. And she works out with me, so she does the same thing. What inspired the podcast YouTube? Do you want to answer that one?
Well, both of us are single. Honestly, like we tried this back like a year ago. We really just love helping others through our experiences, because both our experiences are unique but the same and I definitely feel like a lot of people go through the same thing, but they're just afraid to share it. Timing.
This one's hard to hold. I got her this for her birthday.
I love aliens, by the way.
And weed.
And weed.
You want them? You don't want to do.
Okay.
gonna say peer pressure.
Peer pressure at its finest.
All right. Yeah. When it came to the podcast, like I think so long. This is gonna be a good one. All right. Yeah. No, we want to help people, but I think too, like, you know, I think the reason it didn't necessarily work out the way that it did last time is because we just weren't ready. Like we weren't ready, and we had too much stuff going on that had to be handled like right away and just addressed. And like it was too much chaos to like come and be our authentic self, because I think we were just processing so much differently and separately, you know. And I don't think we were mature enough to even talk about it, to be honest. We didn't have enough experience on our talk about our relationships and talk about, you know, the stuff that we have going on. And right now, her and I both were in a very secure and confident place in our life where we're like, hey, we can talk about this openly and not feel bad or have any guilt, or, you know, even be immature about it. You know what I mean? So I think we're just cool, you know. We want to share us with you guys, the cool kids. We're actually not the cool kids. No, they want to fight us. So, have I battled physical injuries or come back 100%? Yes, both of us actually. I have had 2 bulging discs. I have my discs are like completely degenerated, lower back. I don't remember which L it is. It's one of them. But to the point where, like, no kidding, like I would have constant sciatica, constant shooting pains down into my feet. I mean, constant. Like walking, when I did 75 hard last year, those walks were the most painful walks I've ever had in my life. Like I was walking like a 22-minute pace, and that was my fast pace. Like
even
that was
the
me
beginning
trying.
of us working together.
Yo,
she couldn't even walk.
No, it was bad. Like this is the thing. This is years. Like this is since I was in the military. I've had this back pain. But I mean, I worked around it, and that's the thing is like, or I pushed through it like an ego-driven asshole, you know. And that's the truth. Like I beat myself up, but it was what I did is I ended up going to a light worker here in Virginia Beach, and I can't even explain to you how amazing. Like it's the least invasive thing. She doesn't like twist or turn. It's like a little gun, and it's basically physics. Like the gun will exert an X amount of energy to knock my spine back in alignment, and it needs X amount of energy to get back in alignment, which I think is super cool. And like even your pelvic bone, like, I didn't know a woman's pelvic bone had to be snapped back into place, because I didn't even know it came apart, but it does. And that's a huge thing with like my hip. I had a lot of stuff going on, which
and that's even if you don't deliver.
It could
naturally.
I mean, even if you're carrying the baby, your hips will naturally like widen. So it was super cool. And I mean, since I've gone to her, and I haven't gone to her in a minute. Like I really,
like a year.
It hasn't been a year. I went to her in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But I have pain occasionally, but then I will do core work and I will do glutes, and most of the time it goes away. And I focus on hip mobility. If I can do my hip mobility, I can do core, and I can, you know, really work on building strength in my glutes. I have no issues. And I've been able to squat. I've been able to deadlift. So yeah, there's ways to heal too. But yeah, that injury was debilitating for a long time, and I just worked around it. My legs still work, my arms still work, my chest still works. Like I still did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's ways around working out. And then I know you have had you tore your ACL.
My knee. I had my knee out when I was in high school, and then I had surgery for that. And then right before I actually hired her, that summer before, I blew my knee out again. And the cool thing with that experience was I kept going. Like, and I know there's a fine line between it, but even after, like, it took me months to get in with the doctor to look at my knee. And when I finally appointment, he basically told me he didn't want to give me surgery because I kept going on it and I kept walking and I kept working out, that it was already healing on its own, which is really cool because a lot of doctors tell you to stop completely. And I think that is the worst thing you can do.
Stopping is the worst thing you can do.
I kept doing, I mean, I did bare minimum, but every single day I worked out.
Yeah, you're smart about it. Like,
but you just have to listen to your body. And I think that's with like any injury. If you know your body, you know, like when to stop. Like I just I kind of injured my back. It was like 2 weeks ago.
She had a bulging disc.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah, no, you had a bulging disc.
Like maybe 3 weeks ago.
That bitch was crying. I was like, yo, you bulging disc.
It was literally the worst pain I've ever experienced because I've never had a back injury. But like on my walk, I was walking with her, and I was literally walking slow because I was like, "There's no way."
Not
I didn't even know
tears.
I was going to be able to make it back. Like it took me a good 45 minutes from where it was like 20 minutes for us.
Well, that was me for like a decade.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't. There's no way. But I kept walking and gave me exercises to do.
It worked.
But it did. It really did work. I mean, granted, I still have a little pain now, but yeah, nothing.
It heals.
Yeah.
Like bulging disc, it's like you probably bruised something too. You know what?
Yeah.
Dude, bulging disc is no joke. No joke. I will literally have a bulging disc ever. So what is our biggest goal? You want to go first? You want me to go?
I think our biggest goal in what, like life, ourselves?
I mean, I was just gonna say in general, like, what is my biggest goal is honestly just to tap into my authentic self. I don't, because I'm at that point where like I have goals like outside myself, right? But like I also like I just want to be the best version I can be. Like I want to be proud of the person that when I die, like I was, you know, and I want to like with that spread that love and energy to everyone else. Like I want to like leave a really positive impact and mark just by being me. Like generally because I understand like the abundance aspect, and I've had a really shitty relationship with money. But I know it will come, and I know it will be one of those things that just helps me become my more authentic self. You know what I mean? And it's not that money will change me. It'll allow me just the freedom to be more me. You know what I mean? Like, and do the things that I really want to do. And, but that's my biggest goal right now. And because I want to, like, Steph and I have goals and dreams, and like, we're definitely going to do it.
But I think it starts with you.
Yeah.
In order to get abundance, in order to have anything you want in this lifetime, you have to be willing to put the work in yourself.
I just want to be proud.
Yeah.
You know, and like, cause I know if I do that, then like I'll leave Kaden behind and, you know, potentially my future baby, you know what I mean? That like, they're my legacy. And like, I help break those generational curses, and I make the world a better place because kids are good kids, you know what I mean? And they're good adults, and they're their authentic self, and they're chasing dreams and raising kids the same way. Like that's what I want to do. That's cool.
Honestly. Yeah. That's, you know, like, yeah.
I don't know. But like, I mean, if you want to talk like goal, like physically, I'm contemplating doing another show. I'm kind of just letting my body do its thing. I'm eating really healthy, eating really clean, getting really strong. Mentally, I really want to keep focusing on healing my wounds, like family wounds, and not getting rid of fear, but learning to get better. And then spiritually, like I really just want to, I mean, I actually write down every day. I'm in the process of getting closer to God every day. Like, I mean, that's just like what I want to, you know, I want to create a healthy relationship with God, universe, source, you know, whatever you want to call him, her. Yeah, I guess you could say those are like my physical spiritual goals.
I think you covered all of them.
Yeah. What are yours?
Definitely mental. Is continue to heal. Continue to heal. Continue to escape those limited beliefs for sure. mental, spiritual. I want to start getting more like in tune with who I am, you know. And then physical, I just want to be my best self. It changes from year to year, and I think that's the most beautiful thing about our bodies. Is I'm still the same weight I was last year, but it's two different versions, like two different body types. And then I want to continue to grow from there.
Dig it. What's your What's your favorite order or make? I know what my favorite meal is. Guess.
Is it?
Guess.
I don't know. What is it?
How do you not know?
Eat everything. I don't know.
My favorite meal. You're not gonna guess?
No.
You're the only person I eat this meal with.
We eat every meal together.
All right. Texas Longhorn.
Okay.
Is it Texas Longhorn or Longhouse? What the fuck is it called?
She doesn't even know the name of her favorite food.
But you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. Yes.
It's a salad. It's a strawberry pecan
steak
salad. Oh, dude, so instead of
chicken? She normally orders 2 salads, by the way.
Yeah. I'm hungry when I get there.
An appetizer, which is the salad.
Yeah.
And then her entree,
It's
which
a
is
salad.
a big salad.
Yeah. But
My
their
favorite
salads are
part
good.
every time. So before we end this up, like we used to work together, and every state had a Longhorn. We would stop
Every
at
single one.
every single
Yeah.
state.
Yeah.
Every time we would go
Yep.
work.
And we'd be like, this one's not as good as the other one.
But my favorite part is when she ordered that. Like she ordered the appetizer, which was a entree, which was a salad. The waiter would be like, huh.
Judgy bitches. Judgy.
Okay.
But
so what is your favorite make then?
To make, it would have to be my mom's chocolate crinkle cookies.
That you like to make?
I can make them. I have the recipe. Because I will gain 300 fucking pounds if I make those
these cookies are the best.
They're crack. They're
They are.
so good. They're like gooey brownies with powdered sugar on them in the shape of a cookie with the outside texture of a cookie.
That was literally my favorite cookie.
Dude, it's why I got thick last year.
We did. We would sit in her kitchen.
I would eat like
and literally
a lot.
Yeah.
If I could eat the whole thing without my mom getting mad, I would have. Absolutely would have. Yeah, they're fucking good.
My favorite meal is definitely steak and
Longhorn.
Longhorn, definitely a steak, the broccoli, and the mashed potatoes.
Dude, it's just good.
My favorite meal to
we gotta
make.
Go there.
We do.
Yeah.
We gotta go back. Would be homemade tacos.
You didn't make those?
No.
What if I make the crinkle cookies? You make the tacos.
We can do that. There we go. Set.
We gotta wait a while though.
We gotta wait a while.
I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
See, we go through it too. Oh shit! All right, and then the last one. All right, for the 100th motherfucking time. Why am I/we single? And then how to cope. Who wants to go first?
Why am I single? Because I chose me for the first time, a relationship that I no longer wanted. And then how to cope with it. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I literally went through phases. All types of phases.
I feel like you have to test the waters before you commit to like a phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, why am I single? I'm single because I got really tired putting my all into something where the energy was not reciprocated. Because to be honest, like if it was equal from both ends, I probably would have stayed in the relationship because for the most part, I was happy. Like, he was a great guy. He was good to me. Best friend, like spoke my love language. But just the lack of effort in certain areas because of ego, it was just, I was miserable. It was genuinely like my authentic self. I wasn't doing things that were making me happy. I was more focused on making him happy. And it just took away my authenticity. And I lost myself for a little bit. And it's not his fault at all. Like I'm an adult. I will take responsibility for catching it sooner. But I also believe that I needed to go through it and he needed to go through it in order for anything good to happen. I mean, I'm super happy. Him and we talk almost every other day just to check in on each other, see how we're doing. He even thanks me for leaving him because he wouldn't have realized, the things he wasn't doing in the relationship and the areas that he really needed to grow in, and he needed to focus on himself. And, we were both very two codependent people, so like being aware of that and having two completely different attachment styles. He was detached and I was anxious. So like when you have those two polar opposite things, and one, I was aware, I learned about it probably early in the beginning of last year, what my attachment style was. And I tried talking to him about it and he didn't want to hear shit. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do my best to work on me. And it still didn't work out. So it was just a lot of work. And it was a lot of, it was things where I feel like he was my, what word do they use? They use, he was my first love. Like he was like, they use a word and I cannot think of it. He wasn't my soulmate. He was just like a soul tie, like almost like we had a soul contract we had to meet, and the task was to mirror the fuck out of each other and then learn and grow. Because who knows what's going to happen. I'm not, I honestly, I have no idea. I'm not really like interested in finding a person right now. If it happened, cool, but my expectations are like really low to none. And I say that because like I still have a fuck ton of work I have to do. Yeah. And like I don't really want to get in a relationship anytime soon because I want to focus on me. I want to build my life. I want to focus on being a better mom. I want to focus on our business. I want to focus on this. Like there's things that I need to do for myself before I give to someone else. Like I can't keep pouring an empty cup into a cup. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that was the biggest lesson for me in this relationship was honestly being just not, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's okay with the choices that I'm making now. And I understand that like, well, I wasn't right or wrong, yeah. And I shouldn't feel bad for being with someone. You know what I mean? I just shouldn't feel bad or have any guilt in that relationship. And I don't, because he thanked me and like basically said there's no, like, he's like, we're friends. You know what I mean? And that's what I want more than anything. Like it didn't end on bad terms, you know? But when it comes to coping, I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about in the beginning. Like a lot of people look at a relationship in a negative light, and instead of like being like, damn, maybe we just weren't meant to be together. Maybe we were meant to just learn a lot of things about each other. People love to flip the narrative and play victim and look at it in a negative light. Like people come into your life to hold up the mirror, and you're supposed to learn from that mirror. And that's what a relationship is.
For a reason.
Yeah. Well, that's what a relationship is. Like a relationship literally is to mirror everything that you need to work on, especially male, female. Like you have masculine, you have feminine, and we're going to mirror the shit out of each other in completely different ways, which helps you both grow. You know what I mean? And reach your higher self and your potential. But yeah, coping, I mean, it was hard the first, couple weeks. I know at least for me, like it was rough. Like I know it was rough for you. Like
it took me a lot longer.
Well,
it's like 6-7 months. Yeah. Like, yeah, I really did.
Well, you were like 10-year relationship and like 2 kids. Like that's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a different situation. Yeah. It just, I mean, but that's the thing. It's different.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
right or wrong.
No. Yeah. There were moments where I didn't do as much as I normally would have done, but I think that what's the biggest part is to keep working on you throughout the whole entire process.
Yeah. I mean, that's all it is. Like, you got to understand, like, you're putting so much pressure on that other person for selfish reasons. Like, if you're blaming that person for your misery, like, you're kind of an asshole. I mean, really, though, like, you are. Like, because at the end of the day, like, you're solely responsible for yourself. And I think people forget that. And, like, just because you're in a relationship and religion teaches you that you're one, you're not. You're two separate people.
You should never, ever rely on another person to make you happy, though.
Not even like
it should be you making yourself happy, the other person making theirs happy, and then they come together and they're making each other happy.
But yeah, no, because I know for me and everyone knows I was with Daniel. Like Daniel, like our thing, like we just like he was trying to make me happy, and then I was trying to make him happy, and because we were doing that, we were both fucking miserable. And then when I tried to make me happy, he would get mad that I was trying to make myself happy, or he would do what I was doing and it didn't make him happy. And it was just like, and a lot of people do that though in relationships. Like they think that's what a relationship is. It has like, that is not a relationship.
I was like that for my relationship.
I think I don't know a lot of people that are in a relationship that like are separately like making themselves happy individually.
But I also think that's why a lot of relationships aren't happy.
Yeah.
It is like, was that the last question?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last question. Yeah. I don't know what else.
Like stupid.
I'm ready for bed. I get my water out of an alien cup. And he's smoking weed. Yeah. Do you want to end it? You're going to make me end it?
Yeah. Your brain's firing.
God damn it. We did it over an hour. Anyways, thank you for, I don't even know. I'm going to have to bleep this part out because I. Bleep.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
I'm like, I want this whole thing. Fuck me. God damn it.
It's funny because like, you're talking. Like I'm looking over and your eyes are like,
I think it's smaller. Oh, all right. Thank you guys for fuck me. All All right. Who's Papa? All right. Stop! You're making me laugh. When I pee my pants.
Once the laughing starts, like it doesn't stop. It's just.
Are you ready?
Right, go ahead.
Okay. Ready? Thing. End.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for listening. All right. Fuck this. All right. Thank you for coming to the. I forgot. Thank you for coming to the MILF single MILF.
This is why we're single.
This is, I don't know what, that's a bullshit reason for us to be single, but you know, today it is. Okay. Thank you for coming and listening to the Single MILF YouTube. Until next time.
So long.
Fuck boy.
I have like a Charlie horse in my stomach.
Yo, I'm literally gonna piss myself.
The grow to get a little tipsy. Find me a bitty for licky. I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm rolling around like